Hey, good morning peeps. It's me, your Deva here, and yeah, today's video will be about a reflective video on our project proposal. So, let's get on to the video. So yeah, moving on with quick intros. Yeah, you know me, Deva number Che with metrics number DE210076, taking EDE session 20. So in this session, our lecturer and most of our students have decided to vote on picking the genre of food, so which was kind of like close to heart, because as a Malaysian, nowhere, everywhere and every time there's food around here. So that was like a winning genre. So regarding that genre, the topic we took for our proposal was a kind of a classic Malay cuisine, which is lontong. So, as I was saying, lontong is a Malaysian cuisine, or it's like more of a Malaysian dish which is taken in breakfast. It's just rice, which is rolled inside a banana leaf, then boiled and cut into small rice cakes as a staple of replacement of steamed rice. The texture is similar to ketupat, with the difference being that the ketupat container is made from woven jano or young coconut leaf fronds, while lontong uses banana leaves instead. So it gives a greenery flavor or something like that, and it's mostly served with lemang, which is like a curry served with normally ketupat or any rice related foods. So when we proposed about this food for our documentary, so we all kind of grouped up and discussed, because lontong is more of a Malay cuisine, whereas like as a non-Malay like myself, I don't know much about it. So it was kind of challenging, but at the same time it would be a fun thing to do, because you get to know more about a cuisine which you are not familiar with. At the same time, you're gonna have the experience to cook and eat and review about it. So that was like the fun part of picking this lontong as a topic for our documentary. Me as a non-Malay, the foods that I normally know were like basic nasi lemak, ketupat, apam balik, something like that. Because lontong is not something your first choice of food for a non-Malay normally to go buy in a store. So coming up with this idea was really a terrific idea. So everyone was like, okay, we'll do it, because it's something new and it's something that will be different. As I was saying, working with this group was like so cooperative. Everyone was so keen, so hardworking. Their roles were like so important. Every single one of them contributed so much for this proposal. Everyone spent their time. Some were in like holidays, like myself, we were celebrating Diwali that time. So but we still took our time to do this proposal, because it was something important to do and finish, and it must be on time, because it doesn't meant to be like perfect, but we have to show our interest and our hard working and our responsibility in doing this project, because it's a group project. And another thing, it was like we have to check each other's backs, because we are working in a group, and that was what meant most, working in a group like this. Fun part was like when we were giving out roles for each other. Like some of us, like me and some of my group mates, took food reviewing and cooking. Some took the roles of the manager, some of secretary, and some of the director, some of the budget planner and everything. So the roles were quite important, and every single one who took those roles were very responsible persons as well. And most of all, everyone was like so cooperative, and let's say everyone was like so open-minded. It was possible to do this in a short amount of time, but without any stress or any last minute works or something, because everything was coordinated so perfectly, and every single person was like so keen into doing this in a perfect manner, and following the time management as well. So talking about something that I learned from doing this proposal with my group was like, one is teamwork. Teamwork is a really good aspect which should be learned by almost every single one of us as a student, because in a working world, and sometime after we graduate, we won't know like what is like going to happen or what is upon us after this. So we need to be open-minded, and like we should be ready to work with others. Like we shouldn't be cooped up in a box or in a cage where we only work with our surrounding people and only with the people we know, or like doing things only by ourselves, because not every single task that is given can be done individually or without the help of any others, because a lot of work in this world needs teamwork, needs people to rely on, because of course we are humans as well. We have emotions, we have depression, we have our mental stress and mental health and everything. But when you have a hand to hold on when you're doing some tasks or in your critical times, that's when it makes things easier and you understand everyone a bit more better. And that's the reason I think the most critical thing I learned from doing this proposal was like teamwork. Talking about challenges or encounters we had to go through is like our group was made of 6 Malays and 4 non-Malays. We non-Malays, the 4 of us, we were clueless about what is lontong and how it even looks or how it tastes like, because it's something that we do not go through or we take as a breakfast, or we see that food oftenly, because we are non-Malays and we do not recognize that food that much. So like when we are reckoning or like want to know about the food was like kind of a bit challenging because we didn't know that much. But to know about the food and like to overcome the non-knowledgeable, like with the zero knowledge of lontong, we try to manage to know about lontong and what it is and how it tastes like, because our Malay friends and our group mates. And when I said I overcome the challenge, it's these three. These 3 people were the ones who helped me with English. Yeah, when we were doing our proposal, there was like one critical change. Like we had to do a major change in our roles in our proposal, because there was like a last entry of students entering our session at the time, because they were like third intake students. They were late entry. Second, they didn't know much about what was going on because they were still new around the place, and it was like almost everything was new for them. And we had to take our time to explain everything one by one, explain our plan, explain our proposal and everything. And we have to like give them a specific role for them as well, because we didn't want them to be left out when doing this documentary or recording this. And we had to make sure that they were involved as well in the proposal and they had something to do with. And that was, even though we changed roles, like some had to sacrifice their roles and give to them as because they were latecomers, but that decision was like a right decision to make, because when we gave them the roles, they excelled really good in them. When we explained about what they had to do and what they had to contribute for the proposal, they really excelled more than our expectations, because latecomers, we thought they will have anxiety or like they won't open up that much. The coping mechanism was like kind of hard for them, but no, they were like relaxed and they really helped us to make our work even quicker and more quite well. And yeah, that's all for today's video. See you all next time, and toodles!